We're outside San Diego, California for Toyota Evolution. This is a Toyota Wonderland here for electric vehicles. We have the Mirai, as you can see right there. We have a little Sienna action, a little plug-in Prius over there, a little Venza, and the list goes on and on. You know, they're really begging me to get inside the Avalon hybrid over there for nostalgia's sake, which I might. But more importantly, guys, what I have behind me is the refreshed Cavalry Blue 2022 Rav4 hybrid. Let's have some fun with it. So 2022, we have the refreshed Rav4. This one is a hybrid XSE. We have some really unique things about this vehicle. Well, we have Cavalry Blue on the XSE Rav4. You can also get it on the SE hybrid, I believe. I think you can also get it on the TRD Pro mod, or the TRD Off-Road, I should say. We also have, unique to this 2022 model and unique to this XSE, are these vertical daytime running lights that were only found on the Rav4 Prime XSE before. We also have new daytime running lights and new headlights here. So you can see how we have kind of like this piece here at the top, and then this long underscore sort of U-shaped daytime running light with a strong LED light there with a little bit of claw marks going on. It's very, very high detail for those headlights. Now we have a black glossy trim here on the front, which we've seen on other XSE models. So nothing really new there, but the headlights, the paint color, and on this XSE as well, we have a two-tone matched roof. So we have a black roof with this Cavalry Blue. It's very unique to this specific model. And we have the glossy black wheels looking very appropriate for the amount of glossy black we have on this vehicle. But it just looks real sharp and how it contrasts with the Cavalry Blue. And we have the glossy black wheel arches as well, as you can see there. And a little bit of Cavalry Blue on side the shock absorber. Am I seeing that right? That is very, very strange, and I don't know if that's going to be color matched on every single model, but that was a nice little treat for us there. As we get around to the back, we have some chrome polished exhaust tips. I wish those were black finished, but you know, they still look pretty quality here, and I love the fact that we have dual exhaust even on the hybrid Rav4. Now getting on side of this XSE trim, we have blue stitching, which is very, very welcome here with this Cavalry Blue paint color. So I close the door and we get inside here. It's just, I'm just reminded how high you sit up in the new Rav4s. So no difference here on this refresh. Pressing the power button here, the electric powertrain, or should I say the electrified powertrain of the Rav4 hybrid comes to life. You can see the digital MID back there with the battery charge, and it'll give us an idea of the power flowing from the wheels to the wheels, from the engine, from the battery, etc. when we get going. Touchscreen is the same with the, at least we have the tuning knob, the power knobs. Good to see that carryover. We have climate control knobs, really big knobs. I always get a kick of how large these climate control knobs are here in the Rav4. We also have heated seats here in this XSE grade. You have your drive modes here, a trail mode, EV mode, because this is a hybrid. It'll allow you to crawl along in fully electric mode. And yeah, it's just a very utilitarian interior. The seats are high quality with this synthetic leather. And then on the door panel, we do have some soft touch, but in the dash soft touch, it's just not that high quality of an interior compared to the Mirai, of course, that I was just in, but that costs a little bit more than this vehicle. Pano sunroof, as you can see on this XSE, is definitely a welcome addition. We have a locking glove box, which I believe is a new addition for 2022. Getting in the back seat, we're going to be met with plenty of leg room in this Rav4 XSE. We have two charging ports down here, a couple vents for the passengers for their heating and cooling. Fold down the armrest, a couple cup holders, and then just a good view of this panoramic sunroof back from the rear. We don't have anything like rear sunshades in this model. I close it here, and we don't even have a map pocket on this side, but at least we have it on one side on the passenger. Opening up the liftgate, interesting that that's not the glossy black that is cladded on the rest of the vehicle. Tons of space here, of course, in the Rav4. We have a full spare tire, which is great to see. Man, these new Tundras and their electrified iForce Max powertrains are so loud. We're gonna press this button and close it down, and then we're gonna get under the hood here. Underneath the hood, we have the A25A 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Made it to this hybrid system is gonna give you guys around 40 miles per gallon. and 219 horsepower in this all-wheel drive hybrid. Close the hood. It's time to get driving this 2022 refresh RAV4 in Cavalry Blue. You know, I love that we still have a shifter on a hybrid. So many times in Toyota's lineup, they get away from the shifter and they do the little, you know, floppy knob like I just had in the Mirai that I drove, even though that's not technically a hybrid. But you guys know what I mean. I'm glad we have an actual shifter here in this 2022 refresh, and I'm going to try not to run over Sophia in here for Redline Reviews as he checks out that gorgeous BZ4X in a white color, and that's a limited trim, that top of the line. And as I'm leaving this parking lot, I'm still, well, I was in fully electric mode, and then the engine kicked on, which I didn't even notice. I had to look at the screen here to let me know that the EV mode was off. So very impressive that thank you. Very impressive that you can't even tell at low speeds if the engine is on or off. I do have a digital rear view mirror here. I typically don't like digital rear view mirrors. They don't give me a lot of confidence, but they do help when you do have passengers in that rear seat or a lot of luggage, so you can see behind the vehicle a lot better. And we're just going to merge quite aggressively here around the biker in front of that old Camry that just keeps chugging along. And we're gonna get over to our left because this is going to take us to the freeway. So I want to get a good idea. And guys, I just floored the vehicle. Yes, it's a bit loud, a little bit buzzy as we accelerated, but plenty of power with the 219 horsepower to merge into traffic uphill in this 2022 RAV4 refresh. And it got to about 10 miles an hour, the engine kicked on, and we're just gonna cruise. Now I need to reset the miles per gallon so you guys have a good idea of the miles per gallon that I'm gonna get here in this new refresh. Now there's no updates to the powertrain, still the same 219 horsepower, around 40 miles per gallon. I had to hit the brakes there as this Chevy Express van slammed on its brakes, but very responsive brakes. Even oh, I am Jesus Christ is Lord, and roses are this way. I have no idea where I'm going. There's a Chevy Bolt there. Hopefully he got the recall done on it. You know, you don't want to be spontaneously combusting in those vehicles. But just cruising about 31 miles, 32 miles per hour here. I'm in full electric mode, and this is really just gonna give me some juicy MPG numbers, and that's what this RAV4 hybrid is capable of doing at lower speeds. Maybe 35-40 miles per hour is probably going to be the sweet spot for this vehicle. As I go up that small hill, the engine did cut in, but now that I'm going downhill, engine turns back off, and I'm just cruising here, getting really impressive fuel economy. Since I zeroed it out, I'm getting about 58 miles per gallon. One of the things that I like about the Toyota hybrids here, I can bring up the information of the hybrid so you guys can kind of see what's going on as I drive. Hopefully it's not too flickery for you guys on the GoPro, so you can see how all the electric systems and the gasoline system is working in conjunction together. Now, instead of a tachometer, we have like this charge meter here that you guys saw when I did the interior walk around. And once you go get that needle above the eco line, it's going to kick on the engine for us, and you're going to have suffering miles per gallon as a result. It doesn't mean every time you're below that needle the engine will be off. It just means that when you are in fully electric mode and you push it past that meter, the engine will turn on to assist with propulsion. See how it handles that right there pretty well. And you know, it's not nearly as well sorted out with the damping or the noise reduction as its upscale stablemate like the 2022 Lexus NX. You do hear a lot more road noise in this vehicle in comparison, but as a result it's a lighter vehicle and you get a little bit better fuel economy. Coming to a stop there, you really hear the loud whining or the winding down of the electric motors here. You have 3 electric motors in this vehicle, one on the rear axle to power the rear wheels under heavier acceleration. You have one main drive motor generator up front to move the front wheels. And then you also have a smaller motor generator called MG1 that helps turn the engine on and off. It helps run some of the background accessory things and also helps charge the battery as you move along. Now, just driving through the city, which is about 3 or 4 miles to get to this point, I'm averaging 52.8 miles per gallon, which doesn't really come as a surprise because I was kind of in the most efficient cruising situation for this RAV4 hybrid. And then I'll be getting here on the freeway heading north to get back to the beach area. Also keep in mind, I'm running the AC, and that's never kind on a hybrid system because it drains the battery much quicker. So yes, I probably could be getting slightly better fuel economy here if I didn't have the AC on, but we're almost in Mexico here. So even though it's not that hot, when you're in the sun, you're gonna start baking. You guys might get to see me pull on a Volkswagen ID4 in the RAV4 hybrid. Is hybrid power superior to electric power? Well, with a big enough electric motor, probably not. But we know that the ID4 is not the fastest, well, maybe you don't, but it's not the quickest EV out there. And we don't have, or I don't believe most ID4s in the United States are all-wheel drive quite yet. And that means it's not as powerful as it could be. So we got a 4-liter V6 in front of the ID4 and the 4Runner, and then we have this ID4. I'll put up the horsepower. I believe it's somewhere around 200 horse, which is somewhere around where this is, right? 219 horse in this RAV4 hybrid. And my fuel economy is of course going to get tanked, as a hybrid is going to drive mostly on its gasoline motor when you're up to speed on highways. And no problem getting up to speed here. I'm going 67, hitting on the brakes hard because of the box truck in front of the 4Runner here. But yes, I was able to keep up with the ID4 and the 4Runner, no problem. This thing, oh, there's a sunlit green ES, which is an anomaly. Anyways, we have an old 4Runner behind me. I'm going to get into the gas a little bit. Really gonna hurt our MPG numbers here, but that's okay, as this is more real world. As I'm passing people, I'm not cruising along at a steady state 35 miles per hour. And now that I'm going about 65 miles per hour, it's telling me I'm getting around 40 miles per gallon at 65 miles per hour, which is very, very impressive. And we're going to go over to the right here. We're not going to be on the freeway that long in this 2022 refresh, as I have other vehicles I want to drive, maybe a Prius Prime, maybe the Avalon hybrid, as Toyota's been really wanting someone to drive that poor vehicle. No one's driven. I might drive it out of pity, knowing that Toyota's putting it down in a couple years. Taking Old Yeller out to the pasture, sad to say, with the Avalon. And after flogging this beast on the highway, my miles per gallon went down to 43.6, which is closer to what the EPA estimate of around 40 miles per gallon is here on this RAV4 hybrid. So there's not a whole lot different about this 2020 refresh. As I'm sitting here behind this Defender at a stoplight, I think it's a good time to summarize this refreshed Cavalry Blue XSE. And this one kind of shows us more of the unique design elements on the outside with the upgraded headlights, the vertical LED XSE prime derived daytime running lights. We have very small updates to the interior. The only thing that's coming to mind is like the lockable glove box, and in some of the lower models, I think now you have illuminated door switches at nighttime. So nothing too crazy. No powertrain updates. It's just kind of visual tweaks to celebrate the refresh and the 25 years of the RAV4 being on sale in America. I'm going to end it here. Toyota's going to continue to sell every single RAV4 hybrid they make. You get crazy utility, all-wheel drive, over 40 miles per gallon for most people, as long as you don't have a lead foot. And even then, you're still going to get pretty darn fuel economy if you floor this thing. As I've done several times, I'm still getting over 40 miles per gallon in this RAV4 hybrid. This is the best-selling non-pickup truck in America, and I expect it to continue that way with this refresh, as it looks just a little bit better, a little bit more tight, especially with the updated headlights. We guys, I'm gonna end it there from this Cavalry Blue XSE 2022 RAV4 hybrid. It is, of course, pretty much the same vehicle that it has been for the last few years. Don't fix what isn't broken, and this is one of the best winning formulas for Toyota. This vehicle makes the company so much money, and it will continue to do so with the refresh and beyond until the next redesign, which will be several years out at this point. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video on I don't want this biker to yes, we'll go around. Lots of bikers here in California. I mean, it's a lot more fun to bike here than it is in Florida. You actually have hills and, you know, really beautiful cliffs and beaches and mountains. Anyways, guys, I'm signing out from this RAV4 for like the 15th time. Catch you in the next video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.